Hey everyone, welcome back. It is just about cocktail hour today. I had said yesterday that we were going to be making a blue Hawaiian, and that's almost correct. We're going to be making a blue Hawaii. The blue Hawaii and the blue Hawaiian are different cocktails, and even the best of us get them confused sometimes. The blue Hawaiian uses coconut cream, and the blue Hawaii uses a more or less a sour mix, so lime juice and simple syrup in my case, which is my preferred of the two. I like a lot of coconut cocktails, but this one I think is just a little bit better if you keep that tartness up there with that lime juice, and it winds up being a little cleaner of a cocktail. So we're going to be making a blue Hawaii, not a blue Hawaiian. This is a cocktail that originated in 1957. It was created by a Hawaiian bartender, go figure, by the name of Harry Yee. He did it in, from what I gather, more a contract from Bowl's Blue Curacao. They wanted a cocktail that really featured their very lively colored spirit. And he wound up making their preferred cocktail of sorts. It sounded like a competition, but I'm a little fuzzy on those details. Anyways, the cocktail was not named after the Elvis Presley movie by the same name. The movie came out a few years after, but was actually named after the intro song to Waikiki Beach, I think, if I remember correctly. So some fun pop 50s pop connotations there. There are a couple of different ways to produce this drink. My preferred, however, is to use equal parts of a light rum and a vodka. So I'm going to use some Cruzon, and I'm going to use some Tito's here. You could use all Tito's, you could use all Cruzon based on your preferences, but the combination of the two, you don't wind up with that rum quality, and you have a little bit more character than if you just use vodka if you're using both of them. We, of course, need a little bit of Bowl's Blue Curacao. This is, if you want to make it blue, it's entirely necessary, but if you're not concerned about that brilliant, vibrant blue color, it's really not necessary. Any orange liqueur, I'm talking Cointreau, I'm talking Grand Marnier, I'm talking Triple Sec, would be just fine, but of course you're going to lose out on the color if you do that. Non-alcoholic team today will consist of pineapple juice, simple syrup, and lime juice. Most recipes call for sour mix, which is more or less these two items here. If you see sour mix on your recipe, just make simple syrup and squeeze some limes. It's way better than buying bagged sour mix. That stuff's crap. Don't use it. So we have a shaking cocktail here today. We'll start out here. We're going to need 2 ounces of alcohol. Well, our base spirits here anyways. That could be 2 ounces of rum, it could be 2 ounces of vodka, or if you're doing it like I am, 1 ounce of rum and 1 ounce of vodka. And you can play around with that however you like. I'm going to do a ½ ounce of my blue curacao. That'll be enough to give us some flavor, plenty of color here. This is pretty aggressive stuff. You can be as adventurous with it probably as you want, but if you go more than 3/4 of an ounce, it's going to take over. ½ ounce lime juice and simple syrup. A ½ ounce here. Then we're going to need 1 ounce of our pineapple juice. Give us a little bit more of a sea green color than a blue at the end of the day. Chuck some ice in here. This can be done as a blender cocktail, but I don't like blender cocktails. It's a good way to overly water something down. You take something that's really nice and you kind of bastardize it, more or less. So, I avoid that whenever possible. From there, I'm going to grab a highball glass. You could use a tiki mug, of course, since this is more or less a tiki cocktail. If you use the creme de coconut, which I mentioned earlier, that gets substituted out for our lime juice and simple syrup. So if you want to use creme de coconut, don't use any lime juice or simple syrup. Use an ounce or 3/4 of an ounce probably of your creme de coconut in place of those two. You wind up with something that is more tiki centered, something that's a little sweeter depending on your likes. But like I said, I love that tart lime juice quality in this one. Fill my glass with ice and strain this over the fresh ice here. And instantly you can see that nice beautiful color. Garnish for me today is a couple maraschino cherries, skewered with my pirate skewers. You could absolutely chuck an umbrella on here, or if you've got a whole pineapple, cut a wedge and chuck that on here. That'd be very appropriate as well. Surprisingly tart, which I think in this case is really good. You get orange characteristics from that curacao. The pineapple's aplenty here. It's nice and easy drinking. Just a kiss of rum characteristics, kept well in balance and in check with that vodka. I like this a lot. It's, you know, it's a little loud if you're at a business meeting or something and want a cocktail, but if it's nice outside, why not? Cheers, everyone.